Welcome to A Damn Good Question, the weekly broadcast that helps you understand the top news stories with a conservative twist.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to A Damn Good Question podcast. Sitting across from me as always, the man who can't stop his phone during a podcast. Co-host.
Hey, I'm trying to multitask here.
Yeah, you don't get one of them right. Co-host, producer, sidekick, super in his own right, bodyguard, friend, and third richest man in the world, and creator of Nair. Mark?
How did you know about the Nair? I tried to keep that undercover. Yeah, where do you think I got this from?
And
do they even have Nair anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me, creator of it. And I'm, of course, your forever host, SGD.
Of course I do.
We want to welcome our thousands and thousands of listeners to this episode of A Damn Good Question. Before we get started, I want to say a shout out to a couple people I've met in the last few weeks who will be forever friends. Daisy, Ben, Zach. What an amazing time these last 2 weeks I had with you guys, and I really appreciate that you guys let an old man like myself into your guys' circle and be part of your friendship. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the very near future. All right, so thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Been a crazy week for me.
Oh yeah. I get that.
Yeah, been a crazy week.
I get that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad this week's over.
Those Canadian wildfires still raging? I don't know. I've been out.
Well, that's just one of many things that's been going on here the last week or so.
Yeah.
Been just an odd week. I'll be glad to get back kind of the regular schedule.
Right on.
Next week. Seems like we will be doing that. So anyway, you wanted to talk about P. Diddy?
P. Diddy?
Is he still in the news?
Not only is he in the news, he's now in solitary confinement.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't heard.
Yeah. No party like a Diddy party. I really do miss those, by the way. But he got in a fight with another inmate. And is in solitary confinement. Well, I guess all he's going to do is Diddy himself.
He was scheduled to get out. He's still scheduled?
I have no idea. I could keep him in there for all I could.
That kind of thing usually doesn't affect it at the end of the day all that much. But still, it's like, of course, that may be the reason he got into the fight is somebody was trying to.
Somebody probably said 50 Cent was better. He took a swing at him.
Everybody knows the best rapper in the world is Eminem.
Do you all know that?
And it's a white guy.
Tom McDonald?
Because we're all... Yeah, Tom McDonald. Hey, he's awesome. Hey.
What? You got problems with somebody who's a patriot?
No, I like
all right, that's what I thought. This guy.
Anyway, and by the way, Tom, you are more than welcome.
More than welcome. Yeah. You and Eminem both.
But...
Marshall, you and Marshall.
Well, Marshall's not far from here. We're just a hop, skip, and two jumps
from 8 Mile.
From 8 Mile and Detroit. In fact, we often fly out of Detroit Airport here in Angola.
I just fly out of Fort Wayne. Because,
do ya?
Dude, that way when I get home, I don't have to drive 3 hours to get home. I drive 45 minutes to get home.
Man, you're in Detroit.
It's one of the reasons why I stay out of there, because I'm in Detroit. I can fly out of Fort Wayne because most of the time, what do you end up doing? You end up a connection in Charlotte, anyways.
Yeah.
To where all the places I'm going in the Bahamas, you end up in Charlotte anyway. So you might as well take that 45-minute flight from here to Charlotte, and then.
Yeah. But anyway, I just love where we live here.
You can fly right from here straight to Dallas from here. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice little flight.
And did. Last year.
Yeah.
I love it here. We're only a few hours from Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, Indy. Indy's becoming a big deal.
I've been there the last 2 weeks, and let me tell you,
You know,
what,
number
the
one team
construction.
in the women's basketball today in standings. You know,
They have women's basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you were down there. You saw.
Yeah, I was down there. I saw it.
We're big Sophie.
I was right
we're big
across the
Sophie
stadium.
Cunningham fans here on this podcast, and we'll be talking about her in a minute, won't we?
Yeah, I was right across the stadium. You know,
Yeah.
right across from the arena there. Where they
You have
were
a
playing.
drink with her? Anything? You guys get together afterwards?
It wasn't a drink.
Oh, yeah.
We were comparing shoes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay. Well, anyway, what's going on? So that's it with P. Diddy. He just got in a fight.
Yep.
But he's supposedly still going to get out.
They keep him. I don't care. I just miss the parties.
Well, I missed his music.
What? What?
Every breath. He did a nice job of that.
No, he didn't.
I liked it.
No, he didn't.
You didn't think?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I do miss his parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do miss his parties. And I guess the stock in baby oil has gone down.
Yeah,
because he's not buying.
Right, they're oversupplied now.
Yeah.
They got more than they know what to do with.
Yeah, well. Hey, speaking of Sophie, you want to talk about men and women's basketball or sports? Just sports.
Yeah.
Right?
So this Michigan father has gotten bomb threats to his home after his daughter spoke up about facing trans athletes without knowing it.
Mm-hmm.
So when she spoke up, and then they get bomb threats because you can't tell these people that they can't be playing in women's sports because you can't be playing in women's sports because you're a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, because as we know, there are only 3 genders in this world: man, female, Canadian.
And we're sticking to that.
We're sticking to that.
But the other thing that I always hear in this is, why are you guys complaining so much? There's only a couple of them in the whole country. But then you turn around and they're all over the place.
All over the place.
Now, I know it's not a huge issue. But, I don't think it's an issue around here. I don't have heard of any high schools or Aiden? Go to high school. Any trans athletes in the high schools around here that you know of? And we're a small community, small country, but some of the bigger places.
It's just come on.
But it's
Come
still
Come on.
It's just
Let the
common
girls
sense.
let the girls be girls. Let the boys be boys.
It's common sense, and let the Canadians
Be Canadians. Absolutely.
That's it. But Sophie got herself in big trouble by.
I don't know if it's big trouble, but I love when they attacked her because she said men shouldn't be in women's sports, and they attacked her, and her response was, "I said what I said."
Yeah. The good news is it blew up so much, and it made her who? And people are getting to know this woman. She's
The finger point.
or me.
That mean.
In the past month, and she was already building a brand that was just amazing.
Yeah.
But her brand now, finger pointing, is good.
It's everywhere. I see memes of it everywhere. Everywhere you look, there she is. It's like crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, interesting.
And
But
the
anyway,
funny
shout
thing
out,
is when
shout out to Sophia.
I listened to her talk
Sophie,
about
Sophie, right? Not
Sophie.
Sophia.
I listened to her
Sophie.
talk about that whole moment, and she goes, I only did it because while I was pointing at her, I can't remember the other woman's name, because she was just melting down while I was pointing at her, so I just kept pointing at her.
It was her, it's not just the point, it was the look on her face, too, Sophia. What? You got caught.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. And I guess a little bit more about that, her shoe is blowing up.
Yeah, that was supposed to be for later, but
is it? Okay, that's good news.
all right. That's all right.
That's good
But
news.
hey, on her front,
Well,
good news.
we'll mention it again.
Good news for her.
We'll mention it again.
Her signature shoe sold out in 1 hour, which tells you this woman has learned how to market, because she was a role player, comes to Indy.
Only gets a 1-year contract, by the way,
and is really like the sixth man, right? And gets playing time.
There you are, putting men in women's sports again.
But because there is more attention in Indy because of Caitlin.
Yeah. She's getting a lot.
She gets more attention, and she makes sure she leverages that to build her brand. Smart.
Yeah,
Very smart.
she's a cool person. Yeah, what's going on in Indiana and the fever is pretty special.
Is
Pretty
it?
special. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. You just don't like Indiana. You're just not promoting Indiana. Indiana, by the way, is the greatest state in the country.
I promote Indiana all the time.
Indiana wants me, but Lord, I can't go back there. And nobody out there is going to even know that song. Very few people. Okay, now you want to talk about, speaking of a total switch, the NFL and ICE.
Yeah, but you know what? This also has to do with Indy.
Mm.
You're gonna love this.
Always comes back to Indy, doesn't it?
So ICE has removed former NFL player Daniel Ogama and Dogo after visa overstay and criminal record. He was a linebacker for the Colts. Okay.
A non-citizen. Well,
he overstayed his visa in 2016 and has had multiple arrests, including criminal mischief convictions. You know, if he would have behaved himself and
Sure.
would have done the right things, nobody probably ever would have bothered him after playing in the NFL. People have been like, you know. But here you go. This is what happens when you're from Kenya, right? You can't behave yourself in the United States. You made millions of dollars. Back to Kenya you go. You're not needed, not wanted. You can't behave. Why are you here? But we have American citizens that can't behave, and that's why they need to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, we have
Prison.
jails.
Well, pretty soon it's going to be Escape from New York. We're just going to use Manhattan as the prison that we just dump them all in and say,
Actually,
there you
I
go.
think that's
have fun.
already there, isn't it?
Oh, it's a prison for some. It's definitely group doom scrolling.
Interesting. So they had an illegal on in the professional football team. Yeah, I was thinking, that like the soccer team that we had, it was made up of very few Americans, right? Weren't there a lot of foreigners on that team?
I have no idea.
I don't either. But I know that baseball has a lot of.
Oh yeah, a lot of people from like Dominican and Mexico and stuff like that who play professional baseball.
National football team. It's international.
I mean, yeah, you come on a visa.
Yeah, you can.
You're here. Reapply for your visa when it runs out.
Well, I tell you what, if you're good enough and everything, they'll make sure you stay.
Yep.
They'll make sure.
Yeah, the NFL will make sure you stay if you can behave yourself.
A lot of foreigners
NBA,
on basketball and baseball.
Yep. Absolutely. Of course there is. Of course there is.
Okay.
So the integrity of our electoral process. Recent investigations have uncovered a systematic pattern of fraudulent activity that undermines our most sacred rights as citizens, and that is free and fair elections. At the center of this controversy is Act Blue, a Democratic Party primary online fundraising platform, which has come under intense scrutiny for what appears to be widespread fraud and deception. And the evidence is staggering, and it just cannot be ignored. Let me share with you some of the disturbing facts. In April 2026, President Trump ordered an investigation into alleged unlawful voter mule activity involving Act Blue. Recognizing the seriousness of these allegations, this federal investigation came as Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares had already launched his own probe into the Act Blue and its affiliated organizations following multiple serious allegations of fraudulent and deceptive and illegal activities. So let's kind of look at the human cost of this fraud. And it's kind of heartbreaking, right? Consider the case of the elderly woman in Michigan, the widow living in a trailer on a modest pension, who was shocked to discover that Act Blue had listed her as making approximately $150,000 in donations.
Bet she was glad about that.
Over 5 years. Yeah. An amount she never gave and couldn't possibly afford. Hopefully she gets all that money back. It would probably help her. According to reports, this platform shows her having made an astonishing 14,696 donations, including 47 separate donations to a single Senate candidate. Even more disturbing is these donations were allegedly made from her trailer, despite her having no computer and only spotty internet service. This is not an isolated incident. A review of Federal Election Commission records has identified unusually dense patterns of small dollar contributions rotated through ActBlue donor accounts associated with elderly or low income individuals, some with hundreds of thousands of transactions attributed to their name in a single election cycle. In Connecticut alone, investigators have identified 2 million in donations through ActBlue made in the name of 18 different residents, those of whom are elderly or retired. Perhaps most alarming are the findings from a joint interim staff report released by 3 House committees titled Fraud on ActBlue, how the Democrats' top fundraising platform opens the door to illegal election contributions. This report reveals that ActBlue actually made its fraud prevention rules more lenient twice in 2024, in April and September, despite being aware of extensive fraud on the platform, including from foreign sources. Internal documents show that ActBlue executives and staff were fully aware that both foreign and domestic fraudulent actors were exploiting the platform, but did not take the threat serious. Why? Because they were giving money to who they wanted to win. In fact, they attempted to hide these changes to avoid sparking discussions about fraud on the platform. The report further reveals that ActBlue chief fraud prevention official was willing to accept 10% more fraud while focusing on DEI initiatives. I'm shocked by that. I'm just totally shocked by that. The evidence of foreign interference is particularly damning. In a 30-day window during September and October of 2024, ActBlue detected 237 separate donations made from foreign IP addresses using domestic prepaid cards. This represents a clear violation of federal election law prohibiting foreign contributions to U.S. political campaigns. Even more concerning, forensic analysts of over 1.08 billion FEC Schedule A records reveal that 14,457 donor accounts used United States Postal Service confirmed non-existent addresses, and that over 400,000 donors' identities exceeded the $200 itemized threshold in aggregate, while never making a single transaction at or above that threshold. A pattern criticized as deliberate structuring to evade reporting requirements. So the fraud is everywhere, and that's pretty much what I'm saying here. The fraud is everywhere in this ActBlue. Homes that don't exist, addresses that the United States Postal Service has said do not exist, were used and were allowed. But the fraud doesn't stop with campaign financing. Just this month, we've witnessed another shocking revelation from New Jersey, where Governor Mickey Sherrill announced that approximately 6,600 non-citizens had been improperly registered to vote due to what she called a serious software error in the state's motor vehicle system between June of 2023 and June of 2024. Even more disturbing, about 400 of these improperly registered non-citizens actually cast votes in recent elections. This just isn't a technical glitch. It's a catastrophic failure that has allowed foreign nationals to participate in our sacred electoral process. Well, so how did this happen? New Jersey's automatic voter registration law, enacted in 2018, automatically registers anyone who interacts with the Motor Vehicle Commission to vote unless they opt out. The state needs an independent audit of every registered registration generated through this. Full cooperation with federal investigations, immediate removal of every ineligible registrant, and a suspension of automatic voter registration until public confidence can be restored. We should probably also audit the results of 2024 and 2025, since these are the two major elections that transpired after the June 23 to June 24 timeline, where the glitch occurred around the world. Scope of this problem extends beyond New Jersey's borders. The vendor responsible for the software error provides services to more than half of all U.S. states and territories. This raises some serious questions about whether similar errors have occurred and continue to occur across our nation. The response from federal authorities has been swift, and the administration is suing New Jersey over unredacted voter roll information. Because why did they redact the voter rolls? What are they trying to hide? So they need to be unredacted so we can see what's really going on there. Well, Homeland Security Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen alleges that more than 35,000 non-citizens are registered in New Jersey alone. The Justice Department has announced it will investigate the incident and has requested the names of those who improperly registered and voted. Now, why does this matter, right? Why should every American be concerned about these revelations? Because these are not isolated incidents or minor administrative errors. They represent fraudulent, and fundamental threats to the integrity of our democratic process. Like we talked about last week, we have the Senate candidate in in Minnesota, who was told that he voted in the 2012 election in person. And he says that it's humanly impossible. He was in California doing SEAL training at the time and got hazed for not getting an absentee ballot sent to him.
As he should.
As he should. So there was no way for him to vote in person. But Minnesota has him down as voting in person.
It's amazing how you can be at two places at once.
It is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It is pretty
He's
amazing.
amazing man there.
Yeah. Space-time continuums, that kind of stuff.
Quantum physics.
Yeah. And let me be clear about the stakes. When foreign nationals are allowed to vote in our elections, they're not just casting ballots. They are diluting the votes of legitimate American citizens. Each fraudulent vote effectively cancels out the voice of a lawfully registered voter, undermines the principle and equal representation that forms the bedrock of our republic. The New Jersey case alone represents approximately 400 voters that were cast illegally in recent elections. While some may dismiss this as a small number relative to the total votes cast, we must consider the margin of victory in many recent elections. In state and local contests across America, elections have been decided by a mere handful of votes.
Correct.
In 2024, New Jersey's general election, Harris defeated Trump by more than 250,000 votes. But this doesn't diminish the principle at stake. Even a single illegal vote is one too many in a system that should be beyond reproach. Furthermore, these revelations have a corrosive effect on public trust in our electoral system. When Americans lose confidence that their votes will be counted fairly, or that illegal votes won't be counted, they become disengaged from the democratic process. This disengagement threatens the very legitimacy of our government and its ability to function effectively. The campaign finance fraud uncovered at ActBlue represents an equally serious threat to our democracy. When illegal foreign money flows into our campaigns through fraudulent means, it allows foreign interests to extract undue influence over our political process. And 237 separate donations from foreign IP addresses detected in just a 30-day window. This represents just the tip of what appears to be a massive iceberg of illegal foreign influence. These fraudulent donations don't just distort campaign financing, they can literally determine election outcomes.
Yeah.
Candidates benefit from these illegal funds, gain unfair advantages in advertising, outreach, organization, and potentially tipping the scale in close contests. When ActBlue made its fraud prevention rules more lenient twice in 2024, despite being aware of extensive fraud on the platform, they weren't just enabling illegal activity, they were potentially altering the trajectory of American elections. The pattern of targeting vulnerable Americans for fraudulent donations, particularly the elderly and low-income individuals, represents a particularly insidious form of exploitation. These are often people living on fixed incomes and cannot afford the political donations made in their names. The case of the Michigan widow who supposedly donated $150,000 she never had is just one example of what appears to be widespread pattern of identity theft and financial exploitation. What makes these revelations particularly alarming is that evidence that there were not simply oversights but deliberate choices. Internal communications from ActBlue reveal that their chief fraud prevention officer was willing to accept 10% more fraud while focusing on DEI initiatives. This wasn't negligence, it was a conscious decision to prioritize ideology over election integrity. Win at all costs, right? Win at all costs. I don't know, those of you who used to follow wrestling or still follow wrestling, I used to love Bobby the Brain Heenan, and he had this quote, right? Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. And the Democrats have seemed to have taken this. I'm not saying that Republicans haven't cheated, because I'm sure they have. I'm sure there's been times and places that they have, and I'm sure that's going to come to light. I'm sure it will. Everything eventually comes to light. The voter register problems in New Jersey appear to have been discovered and dealt with in 2024 under the previous Democratic administration, but never publicly disclosed until now. Why? What were they hiding? Concealment prevented proper oversight and potentially allowed the problem to continue longer than necessary. Always does. These revelations should concern every American, regardless of political affiliation, because they strike at the heart of our democratic system. Free and fair elections is not just a political ideal. They are the mechanism by which we, the people, consent to be governed. When the mechanism is compromised, and the legitimacy of the entire system of government is called into question. This is not a partisan issue. This is an American issue. The integrity of our electoral system is the bedrock of our republic. When fraudulent actors, whether foreign or domestic, are allowed to manipulate our campaign finance system and voter rolls, they undermine the very principle of government by the consent of the governed. We must demand accountability. We must demand transparency. We must demand that those responsible for this fraud be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. The future of our democracy depends on it. So how do we stop this? And who should go to jail? Today, that is our damn good question. Thoughts, Mark?
Well, first, I really truly believe that this is a state-by-state problem, not a federal problem.
Well, it affects federal elections, but yeah, state by state, federal. Oh, you do care.
No, I don't.
You better.
I care that every state needs to be have their own integrity and everything, and that's a state-to-state problem. The federal, at a federal level, the only thing that they vote for is Senate, Congress, and President. And there should be some guidelines, but the states, we need to move more.
But a state that has been one party ruled, any state that's been one party ruled for 50 to 100 years.
That's fine.
No. What I'm saying, no. You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
I know.
They can make sure. They can make sure, because nobody is holding them accountable, that their elections, including their federal elections, process is completely compromised to go the way that they want it to
Well,
go.
that's up to the state people. And
No.
if the people in the state want it that way,
Most
let
of the
it.
time they don't. Obviously, most of the time they don't even know what's
Oh,
going on.
most people have no idea what's going on in their state.
They don't even know what's going on in their community.
And that's goes back to that. It's you really got to care, and most people don't even care. They just yell and scream about how bad, well, the school board is. We've had a conversation about our school board here. We got a good person going on to the school board to replace a bad person. Well, I don't know if they were bad, but anyway, get involved in your community and your politics. They're making decisions locally that really do affect you big time. And you got to get the base set up. And
Trust me, I understand that politics sucks.
Mhm.
We understand that most people don't want to hear about politics. They don't want to talk about politics. But guess what? It affects everything you do in life.
Yeah,
everything you do.
You're gonna find out when your tax bill comes up and everything. I tell you, the biggest things that are changing on the tax side and everything are your local community. They are taxing you for everything, guys. And yeah, you need to get involved in your local community. But at a national level and everything, yeah, uh, I just can't understand why it's all that hard and controversy, and it seems like it is. It's just, my gosh, citizens are the only ones that should vote in elections, period.
Period.
And the driver's license and driver bureau, great way of that integrity. But we got Bureau of Motor Vehicles people allowing non-citizens to drive commercial trucks.
Yeah.
Have they stopped all that?
They're trying to. California was a big one. Who'll
Well,
just give a Class A CDL to illegals without ever passing a test, without ever having to be able to speak or read English, and then you wonder why so many people are killed on the interstates.
The problem is the Republicans, not the Democrats. Democrats are just crooks. The Republicans are even crookeder. I mean, why isn't this being solved, Trump? Why aren't you doing something? You start out so much with all the I tell you, the way he started out the first few weeks should be the way his department is run all the time. He should be doing executive order 200 a week at least. Come on, let's make sure that auto pin is working.
No, he likes to sign everything himself.
Well, and let him.
Yeah,
And he has to
absolutely.
like it, and he could have photo opportunities 4 or 5 times a day.
He could.
Let's make an executive order. Sophie Cunningham is the prettiest basketball player.
Oh man.
Come on, Trump. But you got people in the Trump administration that are useless human beings, and I don't know why he picked some of these people to begin with. My God. Use what's that recruiting software that Ben Shapiro always promotes?
Indeed.
No, well, whatever. No, anyway, recruit some people that have talent. My gosh, and pay them. They always talk about the Congress makes 180,000 a year or something like that.
Yeah.
Easily $500,000 to get good people. We need to get good people, and you need to pay them. There are good people out there, but they're not going to work for nothing, and nothing is 180,000. Nothing is 180,000, folks. We have a lot of problems in this country, and Trump is not fixing any of them.
Oh, it's first of all,
I know you're a MAGA.
No, the system was set up where it was supposed to be people who were patriots who came.
Oh,
and
there's
gave
no
their,
patriots.
and gave
There's
their
no
time.
patriots.
I said the system.
Yeah.
Originally, Mark. Originally.
You and I are the only patriots here.
I know. Tell me about it. Yeah, I bleed red, white, and blue.
It's got a red shirt on.
I love this country.
Black.
I love this country.
I tell you, and
it's the only country where a guy like me gets to have and do the things that I have. And
it is great, and it's still great. But when you fall asleep and you're not watching what's going on, your universities get taken over, your government gets taken over, and I tell you what, we're not that far away. and they say, no, the Democratic Socialist Party will never take over. They're winning left and right in some of these big cities.
People
And you
are-
know what?
people are
No,
crazy.
they're not going to take over in this election cycle.
People
but
are crazy.
2 or 3 election cycles, these people are absolutely insane.
We went over their stated agenda and things that they wanted last
and
week.
they love this voter fraud.
Oh, yeah.
They're part of it.
Well, these are the same people who said, well, they might be illegals, but they deserve to vote in local elections because they live there. And that's why you end up with a place like Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah, we
Just
need
is.
we need to start caring and get involved in your local election. Hey, go to the next debate. It's a party time. They even serve hors d'oeuvres, I think, and drinks
Oh,
at some of these events. You know,
well, I'm
and you
in.
get to meet some neighbors. Hey,
I don't want to do that.
yeah, maybe not.
No, I like individuals. I just hate people as a whole.
Yeah.
Individuals are amazing,
So-
and I mentioned some of them at the top of the show, but
You,
you get to meet individual people; they're pretty okay.
Oh, yeah.
but
I
you
tell
get
you
to
what.
meet people in a big group, and it's like, oh my god, all I hear is bah, bah, bah.
there are some great people. We met some great people yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah, incompetent but great.
I
The one girl, she's from Alabama. She had
was.
an accent and
Oh,
everything.
she had a big
She's
time.
from Alabama.
She had a big time
And I
accent.
said, "Welcome to Ohio."
Yeah.
Because we were in Ohio yesterday,
She was trying to run the
and she was
monitor system.
wasn't able, couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, couldn't pull it off.
Sweet thing, couldn't pull it off.
Couldn't pull it off. Somebody should have helped her and been like, "Hey, this is how you run the monitors, so the guys can actually hear what they're playing on stage."
Oh well, that's okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It was a great time.
Good people.
Amazing venue. That venue was
Oh, yeah.
that venue was top notch. Probably one of the top.
Cattle Creek, right?
Cattle Creek.
In
It's
Bryan, Ohio.
probably one of the top 5 stages and venues combined that I've ever played on.
Oh,
played in.
just sweet
it was
time last night.
amazing.
Good going. So, you have some good news, please.
have some good
please,
news.
some.
I have.
Is
So
there anything?
we already talked about Sophie's shoes. Oh, by the way, that is what you get for learning how to play golf. Okay.
Can you believe that? Golf?
That's my golf injury. Okay. So we already talked about Sophie's shoes selling out in under an hour, which just means, man, that she has learned how to really push her brand and make herself popular. Other good news. I'm a dog guy. I love dogs. Dogs are so loyal and so special.
I don't know. I think they're good too, with the little mushrooms and
Stop
sauteed
it.
onion.
Stop it.
Dog is. Go ahead.
Stop it. Stop it right there. So there's a story that came down that there was a dog sitting in the middle of the road. It was unmoving, and people would try and scare the dog off the road so it wouldn't get hit. And as soon as they passed, the dog would come back and sit in the middle of the road. So finally, an officer came and moved the dog off the road. Got in his car. The dog got back out in the road when the officer left. The officer turned around, pushed the dog off the road, and finally the dog ran a little ways, stopped, and looked at the officer. And the officer realized that they were on a very lightly used side road.
Mm-hmm.
So he followed the dog for a while, and the dog eventually led him to his 85 or 84-year-old owner who had fallen, broken his leg, and could not get up. I'd fallen and I can't get up. And the dog made sure to.
Yeah.
Timmy's stuck in the well. The dog made sure that went back and got help for the owner, which I think is just absolutely amazing. I think the funny thing is my dog wouldn't get more than 5 feet away from me because she can't.
Yeah, you die.
She would lay right there next to me and probably would die
with you.
With me, never leave my side. She would think about wanting help and getting help, but she'd be like, no, he's right here. I'm not going anywhere. Boom, I'm staying with Dad. But it's awesome. What great companions dogs are, and what a great story dogs are. Hey, did we thank our sponsor? Let's go ahead. Hey, you know what? I almost forgot about doing that from our damn good question. So let's go ahead and thank our sponsor.
Got plumbing problems? Look no further than Towhead Plumbing, your local plumbing experts. Need a new faucet installed or an old one repaired? We've got you covered. Is your toilet giving you trouble? We specialize in toilet installation, replacement, and repairs. Thinking about a new garbage disposal or replacing the old one? Call us. Need a new dishwasher? We handle dishwasher installations and replacements with ease. And don't forget those outdoor hose bibs. We repair them too. For fast, reliable service, call Towhead Plumbing today at 704-813-5653. Your home deserves the best, and so do you.
Do you unmute us?
Yeah. That's why I did the thing.
You did the thing. Nobody has more fun at doing almost nothing with their lives than we do.
Yep.
So
That's what America's for.
that's what America's all about right there. We want to thank everybody for joining us today on a damn good question. Mark, how do they get a hold of us?
So they can email me at mark@damngoodquestion.org.
.org.
Yep. They can see us on the book,
Facebook.
Yep. They can see us on
The X.
We are on Spotify, of course.
Spotify, which I hear we're gonna have my album up there pretty soon.
Pretty soon, hopefully this week.
Hopefully this week.
We will. We're on Rumble.
Rumble.
And
Love
did I
Rumble.
miss one? YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, I missed one.
YouTube. When we
Rumble is Mark Angola, if I remember correctly. It's not Damn Good Questions. I can't fix the name. I don't know why.
we'll create a new one.
Well,
It says damn good question.
We'll look into Rumble.
This guy.
We'll look into Rumble.
And then so yeah, I've been asked a lot about my music being on Spotify, my original album and stuff. So I'd never done it, but all the people I meet were like, hey, can we go out there and find it? And one of my kids asks about it all the time because there's a couple songs on that album that they really like, and I'm like, yep, okay, we'll do it.
It was produced by somebody that was really good.
It was produced by somebody
who really knew.
I don't want to mention Mark's name.
No, but yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It'll be fun to be there and point to people who can point out and hear what we did.
Yeah,
gosh, many years ago.
Mm-hmm. But write new songs now that
and we'll hopefully get some new stuff out there.
We can produce. Write 'em Cowboy, which I wrote a long time ago, and everybody's like, that is your hit. It doesn't matter if you do it or you allow somebody else to do it, but that is a hit song, and I look forward to adding that to the list at some point in time soon.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we're done.
We're done.
We can go home.
We can. I'll see you later again tonight.
Yeah, tonight we are. We should shout out what we're doing.
We're at a little place because nobody will see this tonight.
Yeah,
because of how long it takes to get it up sometimes.
Yeah.
We're at a little place called the Tipsy Turtle.
Tipsy Turtle tonight.
Tipsy Turtle, Coldwater Lake,
Michigan.
Yep, Coldwater Lake, Michigan.
Ohio last night, Indiana this morning, Michigan tonight.
Yep, trifecta.
You're just all over the countryside. Yeah, 20 minutes each way.
Yeah. Of course, I had to drive 3 hours to make it to the show yesterday.
You came from Indy. Yeah.
Woo, man.
Okay,
that
guys.
was something.
That's it.
Thank you all, and until next week, God bless. See you.
Bye.